so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully execute to the best of your ability as a member of the Louisa City Council according to law. And do you solemnly swear or affirm that since the adoption of the present Constitution, you, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state, nor out of it, nor have you sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have you acted as the second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offended, so help you God. Do you solemnly swear?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, we will, Cody?
That really my street department is 3 people. And so with 3 guys and the supervisor and myself, and then a little chip in from 1 or 2 of the water guys, we've worked hard for the last 6 or 7, well, since Thanksgiving week, we've worked hard trying to make town look the best it ever has. And I hope you agree with that it is. I appreciate their efforts and times are required to work over a little bit, or days we worked when it was cold, days we worked when it rained, and so I appreciate the efforts of that. And I've had a lot of compliments.
I think there's been a lot of compliments out there.
And I appreciate the people that notice, because it is a lot of work. In January each year, I do the State of the City address. I have every year except for COVID. It's something that really, it's overlooked by a lot of small cities, but it is in the KRS and the plans that I do that each year, is to give you, City Council, and the citizens an update on the status of the city, where we come from, where we're going, where we are today. So that'll be in January. But I had one important note that's gonna be part of that I couldn't wait to share, but December the 2nd or 3rd through there or something, we paid the final payment on the Louisa water plant, which was built 20-some years ago. And listen, it made me realize how the people that were here then, I can only imagine what the millions of dollars alone felt like to them then. They probably felt like they was born on the moon, you know. But today, we have a great plant. It's in great shape. If you haven't been there and you ever want to take a tour, call me. The boys love to give you a tour. It's in great shape, and we just recently did some upgrades to the technology portion, just the computer technology side of things, because it was 20 years old, and computers obviously don't last 20 years like a lot of things do. But we have a great plant, plenty of capacity. It's in excellent condition, good staff, and $200,000 a year payment will now be freed up. So I want to say, it just made me think of the people that sat here back then and what they must have thought when they went in debt that much. I'm sure it was a scary time for them. And then also in the State of City address, I'll talk about our new project in our lifetime, which is going to be the wastewater plant, which we're going to build in the next year. And thankfully, we will have a little debt, but nothing like they had on that. So that's great news. All right, got to entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Robinson, second by Mr. He scared me there for a minute. Farley, I got said computer upgrade. We did do a computer upgrade to enhance our system a little bit. That caused us to be late printing your budget report, but I laid it on your desk if you have any questions about that. At any time during the meeting, you can ask. New business, second reading of ordinance 2024-06, authorizing, all cannabis business operations in the city of Louisa. This was something, obviously, that if you've not been following it, the state passed and said, but we're gonna give some local, voice to the citizens in the local counties and cities. And we went through all that and, then end up with a vote countywide and, all precincts passed. And so we, are fulfilling the obligation to get our ordinance done by January, which will give us control, or at least what control the state gave us, so that we regulate what goes on in our city. You all had a first reading last month and passed it. I have a motion to approve the second reading.
Make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Rogers.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Chafin. Any more questions about it? All right, hearing none, all in favor? One item I wanted to slip between 5 and 6, our code enforcement board was made up of 3 members and an alternate. One of the members had chosen to resign. Some things changed with, their life, and they didn't want to, be a part of it any longer, or couldn't because of, scheduling or whatever. So, Teddy spoke to the alternate, which was Corey Van Hoos. He has already been sworn in, but as an alternate, we would, I would like to appoint him as one of the regulars. He would just move from alternate to regular, and then we'll have to appoint an alternate at the next meeting. They meet tomorrow night, so he's already sworn in. He's already legally on the board. He was just as an alternate. So I make, you approved, for the city to apply for a grant through the Kentucky Fire Commission that specifically, the grant was specifically for constructing a training facility connected kind of with the previous grant the fire department had got back through the years to build the training tower over here. So the tower is used as the firefighters would go in to do live burns. This would pay for a small classroom facility, not too small really, but a classroom facility kind of at that location connected to that fire training tower. And you all granted permission for the city to apply for that. The fire department did all the paperwork, made the trip to Frankfurt to do the presentation, was awarded the grant. We've already received the money, which is being tracked separately from general fund money. And they have done some preliminary work on what the design or the facility might look like, and would like to, you ought to authorize advertisement for bids for construction. Once you all authorize that, then the chief and I will get, he's gonna give me the specs and what's needed, so that when these companies call, we'll have a package for them so they know what they're bidding on. But it's funny because it's not very often things move this fast in government. The fire commission will burn a hole in their pocket, I reckon. So if you all would authorize bids for construction, we're ready to advertise for bids in the next few weeks. Motion by Mr.
I'll
Second.
second it.
Second by Mr. Chafin. Any questions? Right, we're usually done in an hour or two, but, she's worked hard on, trying to have the gingerbread house and things ready for the kids. And as far as Christmas dinners, holiday dinners, the fire departments this year fell on the same day as the parade, or the parade same as it. So they're gonna have it at 5.
5 o'clock.
So any of you council members that wanna make it, it's at Station 2 at 5 o'clock. And, they always have a great dinner and a great party.